Hello students, this is Arvind Negi, your physics teacher in front of you. Today we will be talking about refraction of light. What is refraction of light? See, when a ray of light passes from one medium to the other medium, the medium should be transparent first of all. When a ray of light passes from one medium to the other medium, okay, so the light always gets bent. Okay, this is why, because due to the speed of light getting changed. So, speed of light changes when it passes from one medium to the other medium. So, the refraction occurs. In this case, we will study about the mediums first. Let us talk about the mediums first. How many kinds of medium we have? We have solid, then we have liquid, and finally we have gaseous medium. Okay, let us take one example of these. Let us take a transparent glass in case of a solid, a simple water in case of a liquid, and simply air or any other gas in terms of gases. Okay, now what happens when the ray of light passes from one medium to the other medium? Let us say if I pass a ray of light from air to glass. Now what is happening? Let us get into the theory. Air has the molecules which are very far apart, right? Glass has the molecules, glass is a solid, so the molecules are very nearby. Okay, so the light will reach to the other end or to the other medium without any difficulty throughout the air. Why? Because the molecules are far separated, while in glass the molecules are very nearby. So, it will be difficult for the ray of light to actually pass through the glass. Now, as we know, in air, the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. So, without any difficulty, the ray of light passes through the air with this speed 3 lakh kilometers per second, while through the glass it would be difficult to pass on. So, the speed of light actually decreases in glass. Okay, let us talk about the conditions which are required for the refraction part. Okay, I am pointing them as 1 and 2. When the ray of light passes from rarer to a denser medium. Okay, so out of air and glass, rarer medium would be air and denser medium would be glass. Okay, so what happens actually? Ray of light passes easily through air, while it is difficult for the ray of light to pass through glass. Now what happens? Let us see. It is a glass. Ray of light is entering from air. Now this medium is rarer and this medium is denser. Okay, now ray of light, this is known as incident ray. Okay, now how it will pass? Let us draw a perpendicular here. At this point is known as point of incidence. Okay, incident ray is falling on point of incidence. Here the second medium glass starts. Okay, now it has to pass this way but doesn't. What happens here? When ray of light passes from air to glass, it actually bends. Okay, this is called as a refraction of light. It actually bends. It has to go this way, but it is bending towards the normal. So, what you have to learn? Bending will happen towards the normal. Okay, this one is normal. Normal is the perpendicular drawn over the surface. Okay, now the second case, if I say the ray of light is passing from denser to the rarer medium. Okay, opposite to that. Now suppose the ray of light is passing from glass to air. Now what happens in this case? The ray of light will easily pass through air, while through the glass it will be difficult to pass on. Okay, so in this case the bending will be away from the normal. Okay, now let us draw it. what happens in this case? A torch or a source of light is been put here. Okay. Now what happens in this case? The ray of light has to pass from denser to rarer medium. Okay. Now this way it goes. Let us say this way it is going. This is incident ray. Okay. We draw a normal over the surface. Okay. Now what will happen? The ray of light will bend away from the normal. It has to go this way, but it is bending away from the normal. Now let us talk about the angle of incidence and angle of refraction in both the cases. For the rarer to denser medium, angle of incidence is this, angle of refraction is this. In this case, angle of incidence is this and angle of refraction is this. Okay, opposite cases. Now, how will you learn these? From rarer to denser medium, bending towards the normal, it will bend towards the normal, and from denser to rarer, it will bend away from the normal. So, how will you learn it mathematically? In this case, angle I would be greater than angle R. It is bending towards the normal. So, angle R would be smaller than angle of incidence. While in this case, as you can see, the angle of refraction is greater than, so angle I would be lesser than angle of refraction. So, these are the cases, these are the conditions which you have to learn. Now, for laws of refraction, let us talk about laws of refraction. There are two laws of refraction. The incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal will lie on the same plane. Same plane, angle I, angle R on the same plane. Now, for the second one, which is very important, we will talk about the refractive index of a particular substance, of a particular object. Okay. So, refractive index is denoted by mu. Mu is the term, and how do we calculate the refractive index of a particular medium, say glass, say wood, or any other liquid, it may be the liquid. So, how will you calculate the refractive index? It is nothing but the sine of the incident angle divided by the sine of refracted angle. Okay. Let us see this case example. When light is passing from air to glass, now what is happening? Angle I is made here in the first medium. Angle R is made in the second medium. How do we make angle I and angle R? Along with the normal. So, we just need to calculate the sine of this angle divided by sine of the other medium's angle. Okay, and divide them to get the refractive index of a particular thing. Okay, particular substance. Okay, thank you.